Hey guys, just got done watching Killjoy 2 Deliverance from Evil. Right there. Woo. Second from fourth, second from last. No, sorry, the second one of four. The movie stars Charles Austin, Waylon German Boyd, Bobby Marsden, Aaron Brown, Logan Alexander, Debbie Roshan, Nicole Paulin, Joy Skinner. Basically, I type down who stars in it most of the time because one about there it's so tiny. I like having you know. So this came out in 2002 with a budget of $30,000. The movie was nowhere as good as the first one in my view. It could have been a lot better. So basically, what happens is there's a group of community service people, about five of them. Well, I think it's five. Basically sent on a community service to fix up a shelter, but the bus they're in breaks down, and they end up strolling about, going do 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 do, and they come across this place, and let me get his name up. Oh, where was it? Where is it? Where is it? With Lieutenant Harris Redding and Ray and Nick and another guy who I can't remember what his name was. They're basically sitting outside this place, which looks like a little, like a little shop looking thing. But apparently it's a home. So Ray decides to break into the home because nobody's answering the door. But he ends up getting shot by a woman, and she is none other than Tammy Sutton, who's the director of the actual movie. And the movie just so he gets shot, and basically there's a program done on my computer. Close that. Yes. Basically, he gets shot, and Ray gets shot, and Nick and Lieutenant Harris are like, oh no. And they're like, put the gun down, lady, put the gun down, lady. But she doesn't. So Lieutenant Harris Redding decides, in all his greatness, because he's a good guy in the film, he'll just shoot this white hillbilly-like woman in the head and kill her. So she's dead. And you're sitting there going, surely he could have done a lot better than this. Wasn't even really trying to. It was like, put it down, lady, put it down, and then just puts his gun out and shoots her. And you're like, yeah. So then what happens is they basically get to this other house, which is which basically a voodoo woman lives there. A voodoo priestess lives there, and she's blind. And Nick goes in and he says, oh, we don't want no trouble, lady, we just need help. She goes, let your friends in. So later on she tells the story. She said later on there's a story about Killjoy or something, and Cece believes in it and she knows of it. And Nick goes outside because he's worried about his friend. She goes outside. He says about how he's got some stuff. And she goes, oh yeah, maybe we can come to an arrangement kind of thing. They have sex, but you don't see the sex scene in the movie because the movie sucks. Unlike in the first one, we kind of saw the sex scenes going on, even though they weren't most erotic or anything. This one cuts out, boom, gone. I thought it would have been good to have seen the sex scene kind of like in the bushes, in the woods. Oh yeah, come on, baby, come on, yeah, come on, baby, let's do it. Oh yeah, let's do it, all right? So then she gets upset with him. She goes to the outhouse to take a dump, and basically after calling Killjoy, and basically he turns up. He starts rattling the outhouse. He starts looking for the whole lot. Oh, hello, hello, hello. Pulls out his teeth, throws them in there. All you hear is her screaming. You don't see anything. The teeth come back out. He goes ooh with them, puts them back in, and he goes, he hates seconds, and you just sit there going, yeah, this is going to be nowhere as good as the first one. So basically then the kills start happening, and some of them pretty good. Like there's one where he's got a bucket and he's going to throw the stuff over one of the blokes, I can't remember his name, and the bloke's like, and he basically throws in. It turns out just to be bits, and he just goes like that, and the bloke ends up impaled. Another kill basically involves, I think it's Nick. Yeah, it's Nick, and he pulls out a knife on Killjoy, and Killjoy goes, "Oh, your life is in your hands." Basically, gets him to slice himself to death. Except when he's on the floor, when Killjoy walks by, you see him breathing, but he's dead. He's supposed to be dead, but he's breathing, so it's kind of funny. But you expect that in a bad movie, you know, and a bad cheap movie at that. So then you basically get to the point where they realise Killjoy's a bat and they want to beat him and all this other stuff. You just sit there going, this is really boring. This is boring. He finally gets in the home and he threatens them, and then the girl goes, "You killed my friend," and throws like this acid stuff on him. After it turns out the Lieutenant Harris Redding is still alive. He comes back. This thing. Lieutenant Redding comes back and he's like, "I'm still alive," and he's got this shotgun, and it's like, "You're messing with the wrong guy." And then Killjoy just knocks it out of his hand with like this wave, like magic. And you just sit there going, okay. So then the girl throws acid on him, and Killjoy's gone and dead, apparently. Dead. Then it turns out Martinez is still alive. Turns out Redding's still alive. And the girl was there just because she calls the fire the place down. Her mother calls and she can go home. That's right. If you get terrorized by a killer clown from another planet, from another dimension, and you're a bad person, you did bad things, and you're suffering through like community service, they just let the community service go, and you can go home with your mum as long as she accepts you. Yeah, that's right. So I'm sitting there going, oh no. So basically the film ends. Now this film had what? Let's say it had a $30,000 budget, so that's like 120,000 less than the last movie. And you got to wonder where that went to on the first one. You know, probably props, clothing, stuff like that. On this movie, it just sucked. It was like we're back in the hood again, you know. And they're going, oh look, they're introducing to the characters, just sitting there going, yeah, yeah. Yep, another one. One of them goes, "Oh, can we stop off because I'm hungry?" And Lieutenant Harris says in the bus, these are quotes now I'm saying, "We'll stop when I'm hungry." And then 3 minutes later, let's stop because I'm getting hungry. And it's just like, okay. Then there's all there's quotes like, "Oh, you're not gonna stop me," and all this. I just sat there watching the movie going, this movie's awful. You know, I can't get into it. I couldn't enjoy it. It was nowhere as good as the first one. I mean, I've heard so much negative about the first one, and that one was a masterpiece compared to this one. I mean, majority of people like Killjoy 2 more, and I've got to wonder why. Because the guy who played him in the original one, the guy who played Killjoy in the original one, let's see, let's get his name up. Angel Vargas was so much better. I mean, Angel Vargas was fantastic. I enjoyed him. But this guy, Trent Hager, is in the other two as well. So does that mean I'm going to warm up to him? I hope so, because otherwise I'm going to be sitting there going, I want to know what they could get Angel Vargas back, because he was excellent. I really, really enjoyed him more. I thought he was fantastic. But anyway, you know, what can I say? Full Moon Pictures, another terrible movie. No wonder no wonder they have problems getting bloody, you know, Kickstarter sorted. Anyway, so my final thoughts on Killjoy 2 is it's not the worst movie in the world. It isn't. I've seen far worse. But it's just boring. You don't really see many of the kills. Kills you do see are kind of quick and cheap. And none of the characters are interesting at all. Even the voodoo priestess isn't interesting. I just would say it's not awful. It's just boring. That's what I thought. I thought it was just boring. It just bored me silly. I hate to say it, but it did. And I was really looking forward to watching Killjoy 2 after watching Killjoy 1. I just expected more, and I guess that's the problem. So, yeah, Killjoy 2, guys. Give it a go. If you like number 1, give it a go. Because a lot of people preferred number 2 over number 1. Sadly, I didn't, but it doesn't mean that you might not. I found it boring, but some people found it pretty exciting. I mean, look at the first one. The first one's got tons of negative reviews. I really loved it. So it all depends on your taste at the end of the day, guys. Just giving you my thoughts and my perspective on it. So yeah, Killjoy 2, give it a go. You know, if you don't like it, then you're like me. If you did like it, let me know. Either way, let me know what you think of the video of the film. Because I always like hearing what other people think of films. And maybe you could say things that maybe I didn't realise about the film as well. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Have a lovely day. And yeah, I give it a 2.0 out of 5. So thanks for watching, guys, and take care.